The following portion of Money Matters is sponsored by Yeisley Financial Group.
Welcome back here on Good Day Kansas. It's time for our Money Matters segment here at Yeisley Financial Group, a name you can trust, and hopefully every single week you're learning more and more, a face here and a team that you can trust. Randy, the founder here, last week we were talking about Roth conversions, and so we're going to dive into that a little bit more because we were talking off camera, some very cool things and some interesting things that you shared with me. So who benefits the most when it comes to a Roth conversion?
Sure. I think that's a critical issue when you're contemplating doing a Roth conversion. I think it depends on whether you're looking at your lifetime only or if you have a multi-generational viewpoint. Because I can say this pretty well unequivocally, that if your goal is multi-generational to keep the government from getting as much tax as possible, you should definitely do a Roth conversion. If, however, you are not willing for your kids to get most of that benefit, you might not want to do a Roth conversion. What I mean by that is when we look at specific individual circumstances, there are times when you don't get the much of the benefit in my lifetime, okay? And we talked about last week about whether my earning years and what tax bracket I'm in, and when I'm older I get less benefit of the Roth conversion, so you really need to look at that. Kind of a side note here, if you are younger and you are participating in a 401k, you should definitely choose the Roth option for your contributions, not the pre-tax option, because you have a whole lifetime of growth, and the growth is what's tax-free in a Roth conversion. And so I think it's important to do that. That's one thing you can do early before you get to the latter stages of life and trying to figure out what to do there. But what I want people to understand is I've done a lot of these analyses, and what I've discovered is that depending on when you do the conversion, of course, most of the benefit is going to fall into your kids' lifetimes, not your lifetime. In fact, you probably will only get about a third of the benefit of doing the Roth conversion. Your kids are going to get 2/3 of the benefit. So that's what I mean. If you have a multi-generational perspective, then you definitely should consider Roth conversions.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is there's not necessarily a right or wrong. Are you thinking 20 years or are you thinking 80 years with this money, correct?
And I think that because it's only the gains that are tax-free, then you need to make sure that you've got 15 or 20 years of gain opportunity to justify that conversion. And so what I'm saying is that if you start at 70 and you let it grow for 15 or 20 years, you're at the end of your life. So you're not even going to experience the benefit, but your kids are going to get the benefit. Now we have clients of all types. Some of them are very focused on taking care of their kids and their grandkids, and my wife and I do that as well. But there are some that tell me, Randy, my kids make more money than they have more money than I do, and they can pay their own tax.
And that's the thing, is whenever you come to Yeisley Financial Group, Randy's going to sit down with you and see about your scenario. Whatever that is, Randy's going to be able to help you with that. No matter, all across the state, you're able to help people. How can they get a hold of you? Yeah,
just give us a call. If you're outside the Wichita area, it's 316-719-2900, or just go to yeisleyfinancial.com.
Awesome. Whether you're in Wichita or further beyond, Randy and his team can help you guys out. Thanks for being with us again this week. We appreciate it. We have more Good Day Kansas coming up right after this.